Bears fans, if Justin Fields is your quarterback, then let it be known. Type my QB down in the comment section right now. My name is Harrison Graham. Let's jump on into today's show. Chicago Bears Now is presented by Roan. Upgrade your wardrobe right now by going to roan.com/chatsports and use code chatsports. That's going to get you 20% off plus free shipping. Justin Fields has spoken after his second annual football camp took place on Tuesday. Several reporters were in attendance, so they had a little, not like a formal press conference, but he answered a few questions after the camp. And, of course, a lot of training camp questions about the upcoming season. And training camp, of course, gets going 1 week from today. Rookies reporting before that as well on the 22nd, I believe, and then vets on the 25th. But kind of wanted to react to some of what Fields discussed last night with reporters and just give my thoughts on it. And one of the main things he talked about was his excitement and optimism for the 2023 season, which, look, like this team went 3-14 last year, right? Like it would be a big leap for this team to be even competing for a playoff spot, but he seems to think it's possible. I think it's possible, and I think a lot of Bears fans have high expectations. Here's what QB1 had to say on this. He says, I think there's so many reasons when asked about optimism and excitement. He says, we have a bunch of new pieces on defense. The amount of leaders we have and the camaraderie with everybody on the team, I think, is a big thing. The leaders we have, like Tremaine and TJ coming from other teams. Of course, DJ on offense, D'Onta at running back. We have a lot of new pieces, and everybody is excited. He also said this. It's a very exciting time just because of the new pieces we have on our team. The culture we put in place last year and all the guys, I think we're all just trying to reach the same goal, and that's to win the Super Bowl. Now, I don't think Fields is sitting there saying, like, we have Super Bowl or bust expectations this year. I think he's understanding this is, we're building this thing up, but that is the ultimate goal. And if that's not the ultimate goal, then you need to quit playing football in the National Football League. If you're not trying to win the Super Bowl, then what's the point? Now, I think the transition from last year to this year is important to discuss because he mentioned that culture. That was what last year was about. We knew they were probably not going to be very good, especially when they traded away Khalil Mack, cut some key veterans, and traded Robert Quinn. That establishing the culture was most important. They did that last year. This year, starting in the offseason, was about enhancing that culture by adding good talent and guys who could be leaders both as players and off the field as well. And look, when you think about the volume of additions to this roster, guys who should make an impact, these are just some notable guys. DJ Moore, obviously, he should have the biggest impact of all the new players on this team, especially for Justin Fields. Fields pointed out D'Onta Foremen. I think that's notable. Robert Tonyan is a vet tight end, a real number 2 guy next to Cole Kmet. The Bears did not have good depth at that position last year. Nate Davis going to help on the offensive line. Defensive guys here, Fields mentioned Edmunds and Edwards as leaders already. We know they're good football players. DeMarcus Walker is a guy who has been a vocal voice already. Rasheem Green is someone who should be able to help. Andrew Billings is going to help stop the run. And then obviously the draft picks as well. A lot of expectations for guys like Darnell Wright to help on this offensive line. Javon Dexter, Tyreek Stevenson, Zach Pickens, at least contributors, if not starters in some of their cases on defense. Roschon Johnson, Tyler Scott, you get that value in the 4th round. And then, depth pieces like Noah Sewell, Terrell Smith, Travis Bell, and Kendall Williamson. The point is yes, you were 3-14 last year, but you were close in a bunch of games. The culture was positive. Usually when you go 3-14, guys start to maybe not like each other as much, and there's some friction. There was no reporting of that last year. They understood what was happening. Sure, I'm sure they were frustrated they were losing, the players, but that culture was established with Ryan Poles, Matt Eberflus in their first year. But now you've got more leaders and you got more talent, which is really, really important to kind of get beyond being the worst team in football and now hopefully at least being competitive here in 2023. I think there's reason for excitement. I think there's reason for optimism, which is what Justin Fields is talking about. Now, which new addition will have the biggest impact on the team this year? You hope it's DJ Moore, because if he does, that helps Fields. Fields helps him. Passing game takes off. We're all happy and hopefully winning games, right? So I'm going to say DJ Moore. What say you? Let me know in the comments section below. More from Justin Fields in a moment, but appreciate Roan for sponsoring today's show. And the men's closet was due for a radical reinvention, and Roan stepped up with their commuter collection as it offers the most comfortable, breathable, and flexible set of products and clothing known to man. They help you get ready for any occasion. You want to go play 18 holes of golf in this hot heat? Well, take advantage of their dry fit polos. You want to get ready for a business meeting, throw on a dress shirt, some of their nice pants. You could throw a coat on top as well. Feel your best while also looking your best. Style and comfortability, that is what Roan has brought to the table. Their 4-way stretch fabric really is going to leave you comfortable when you throw on their shirts. What's awesome about Roan, too, is it's machine washable clothing. You can throw this stuff in the washing machine, air dry it. You are good to go. Save money by not having to go to the dry cleaners anymore, and also save money by using code ChatSports at Roan.com/ChatSports. That's RHONE.com/ChatSports. That link will be in the comments and in the description. Click and shop today and upgrade your wardrobe. Okay, let's go to the next thing here from Justin Fields. He was asked, how does he feel heading into year 3 in the NFL, year 2 in this same offensive system? Here's what he had to say about that. He said, I think the biggest thing is this is the second year being in the offense, just feeling more comfortable in it, just being able to make it my offense. I think that's key there. Do what I want on the field and stuff like that. Just making sure everybody that's new on the team feels the same way. So I think the things to take away from that quote there is he's taking command, right? He's saying, hey, this is my offense, but it's also my job to make everybody else feel comfortable in it. That's what's so unique about playing the quarterback position. And if you guys have watched the Netflix documentary Quarterback, it kind of reinforces that idea is you really have to know 11 people's jobs at once, right? Like your own, but also you have to know what all 5 offensive linemen's jobs are doing, what routes the receivers are running, what the running backs are doing. Are they leaking out? Are they blocking? Is it a handoff play? Like you have to know what everyone around you's job is. And if one guy gets it wrong, it blows up the entire play. So Justin Fields taking command, being comfortable, but also being that leader and understanding what everybody else is supposed to do. That's what a franchise quarterback has to do to start with, and then also he has to just perform, right? That's the next step of this as well. So Fields nailed it in that quote of, hey, like, been in this system over a year. Guys around me need to feel comfortable as well. He's taken ownership of that. And look, we know about the creativity and the explosiveness that he brings to the table as a runner and as a, vertical passer. It's now about hitting more of the layups, the easy throws, the just getting the ball out of his hands when a play is there to be made and not always having to swing the home run. Because we know he can hit the home run. He does that as good as anybody in this league. It's just about, being methodical sometimes. Hey, 5-yard out, it's open, just hit it, take the 5, go to the next play. So I'm excited about Justin Fields. He seems to understand what's at stake. The work ethic is phenomenal. We saw him go to Halisol at midnight the other night. That photo emerged on social media. So the work has been put in. That's going to continue to carry over into camp, and hopefully it produces big results here in 2023. Our July subscriber battle continues, and it's been a doozy. We're up 5 subs on the Cowboys report as we enter kind of the final third of the month. Help us out. I think if we get above 200 subscribers this month, that would probably win this competition, but let's shoot for the moon. If you want daily videos and you want to beat the Cowboys and new subscribers this month, help us out. Hit that sub button. Let's make it happen. Okay, he also talked about Darnell Mooney, says he's ready to go, and he was obviously asked about Mooney bulking up because those clips and photos have certainly surfaced over the last couple of weeks. Here's Fields on Darnell Mooney's status. He says, we definitely made a few jokes that the NFL is going to drug test him soon because it looks like he's been on a few steroids. He's been working hard, looking to get back right. He's definitely put on some weight and looks ready to go. So this is in response to this photo that obviously surfaced the other day. Also, this one from him getting some boxing work in. And Mooney's definitely bulked up. I mean, he's listed at 176. There's no way. I bet he's put on 8 to 10 pounds at least. And he's probably been able to do that because he had that ankle surgery. So working more on the upper body strength this offseason. But he was down in Florida training with Fields. Matt Eberflus at the end of minicamp expected Mooney to be ready for training camp. We won't know for sure until camp starts and we hear from Flus and the coaching staff, but I think there's a pretty good chance Mooney's at least close to a full go. And look, we've talked about the importance of this year for him, right? Like, it's the final year of his rookie contract. They traded for DJ Moore. It's not like the Bears are 100% committed to Mooney being here long term. He's got to go out there and prove it to this regime. He was starting to pick things up in the middle of last season after a slow start. He started to play really well. Then he had the ankle injury. So big year for him to prove he's back and healthy, but also can be productive and a long-term answer at that number 2 receiver spot. They brought in Chase Claypool for a reason. He's in the same boat in a contract year. But they also drafted Tyler Scott for a reason. I think his skill set, along with Mooney's, is similar-ish. Like, there's some overlap in what they can do. So, if Mooney doesn't do enough to prove he's the guy, and if Scott flashes, they could let Mooney go after this year. So I'm keeping an eye on him starting in camp and obviously into the season in terms of understanding that this is a massive year for the Bears' 4th-year wide receiver who's done a lot. But what's also true is the potential is there for this receiver group to actually be pretty damn good. Like, considering how bad it was last year, on paper, Ryan Poles has done a nice job to kind of round this group out. Obviously, that starts with DJ Moore, but if Claypool can at least get back to being a solid piece, even if he's not great, that helps. I think Tyler Scott's got big potential. We'll see what Valus and some of the other guys do, but the potential is there, and it's up to these guys to do it and for Fields to connect with them. Okay, will Mooney have a bounce-back year? What do you guys think? Type Y for yes, or you can type in for no. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments. Okay, before we get out of here, just kind of wanted to flash a few photos that the Bears tweeted out from Fields youth camp. A lot of kids, a lot of smiles, a lot of hugs, and a couple of clips on social media surface of Fields, high-fiving, hugging every kid out there, taking pictures with them. It's like, I think one thing is for sure true, regardless of how Fields' tenure in Chicago plays out. Like, this is a good dude and a guy that, like, if he plays well, you can trust as the face of a franchise. That's just the second part of it, is like, he's got to play to a level where you want him to be here for 10 to 15 years. He played well enough and made enough strides last year where there was no doubt he was going to be the guy this year, but can he take the proper steps this year on the field where at the end of 2023, we're sitting here going, holy shit, the Bears finally have a franchise quarterback for the next decade plus. Like, how can you not love this guy? Like, I want this guy to succeed so bad because he understands what it takes to be a franchise quarterback. Now it's about producing like it. So that's what this year is all about. I hope it happens for him because he's got his head on straight. And look, Bears fans have been starving for this, right? Been waiting forever for that true franchise quarterback to come through here. All right, guys. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to today's show. My name's Harrison Graham. Bear down. See you soon.